Today we're going to try Pearl Milling Company's Pancake on the Go. This is buttermilk and maple flavor. They also had other flavors like blueberry, I believe, and a chocolate chip one, I think. But I stuck with the original, like the most common one, buttermilk and maple. This is the go-to. This is the standard. I'm very curious because obviously pancakes are one of the cheapest things you could ever make. They're very cheap, not totally nutritious, but they're a good cheap meal. And this is not as cheap. I mean, it's not expensive. It cost me $1.13 at Walmart. But for one pancake thing in a cup, it's very expensive when you can buy a box of pancake mix for like $2 or $3 and you could have a ton of pancakes. So I'm very curious to see how it goes, and I'm very curious to see how the buttermilk and maple flavor comes through on a pancake that I'm gonna microwave. So here's the instructions. Remove sealed lid completely. Number 2, add water to fill line. For best results, use 1/4 cup of water. Stir with a fork, scraping sides and bottom of cup until batter is consistently mixed. Microwave on high for 1 minute and 10 seconds. Tip, for optimal eating experience, enjoy with a fork. Do they need to include that? I would assume 99% of people would eat with a fork, and if they eat with a spoon, I don't think it's gonna make too much of a difference, but that's their tip for optimal eating experience. Let's see, I don't know if I can get that to focus correctly on that, but their tip is right there. Anyways, I'm gonna mix it up, put it in the microwave, pop it out and see what happens. Let's see, the first instruction was to remove the lid completely, right? So let's remove the lid and see what it looks like. I'm assuming it's just gonna look like a bunch of flour. And I'm correct. So let's go mix up. It smells really good, it smells like maple. Let's go mix up this batter and put it in the microwave, and I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out. All right, here we are, fresh out of the microwave. There you go, beautiful, right? It looks more like a cake than a pancake to me. I gotta say, I feel like this is just a reskin of the microwavable cakes, but they called it a pancake, put some syrup in it. But it's really a cake. It does smell like maple though, so I'll give them that, but it's really a cake. There's no flat pancake aspect to it. It says that you should try it with syrup if you want to, but I'm not going to. This is how it came, $1.13. I'm just gonna eat it as it is. Just gonna get a nice little bite. Okay, there's little swirls of syrup. I don't know how I guess they managed to do that with little bits of caramel or something, or not caramel, syrup like pellets. There are little bits in there. All right, let's do it. I gotta say, I'm not too much of a fan of this Pearl Milling Company. Maybe the blueberry and chocolate chip ones would have been better. There are little like chips of, I guess it's maple syrup, but there's not a lot of it. Mostly it's just very plain tasting. It doesn't really have buttermilk. What I was expecting kind of a buttermilky pancake, because pancakes by themselves are fine on their own without syrup sometimes. I've done it before. They just have a nice buttermilk taste, but this does not. Without the little pellets of maple, it's not very good. It's just kind of plain, as I have left mostly just the plain rest of it, because I got all the little maple syrup, little pellet things. So I'm a bit disappointed in this. I really don't see a reason why you would ever get this over just making your own pancakes unless you really need the convenience factor, but making your own pancakes is so convenient anyways. It's not a huge hassle for a breakfast. It's very easy to just mix some powder with and then, you know, fry it. It's not a big deal. I guess this is technically more convenient for sure, but whether that's worth the cost, I don't think so, because the taste isn't there. If the taste was there, then I would say fine, paying $1.13 for this is not terrible. I don't think it's a good deal, even if it tasted good. But if it tasted good, then at least it would be reasonable. But as it is, I think the taste is just not there. You should just make your own pancakes or find a different solution. Or really, you should buy frozen pancakes and microwave those. That's even more convenient than this. Technically, probably cheaper, and they usually taste better in my experience. So I really don't see a place for this that's necessarily worthwhile on the market. I'm not in marketing. I don't know. This could very well sell really good, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't see a place for it, and I don't see a need for this, and I don't see why anybody should buy it or would buy it, except for me to review it. So if you see this on the shelf, skip it. Just buy frozen pancakes or make your own. I'm gonna give it a 2. I'm gonna give it a 2. There's nothing bad about it. It's totally fine in terms of taste, but it's very plain for a maple pancake. It's not, their maple and buttermilk is very lacking. So it gets a 2. That's a Pearl Milling Company's Pancakes on the Go, specifically the buttermilk and maple. Maybe the blueberry and like chocolate chip ones will be better, but If it's using, assuming it's using the same mixture outside of the add-ins, then I don't know. It's not that great of a mixture for pancakes, so who knows. But all I can review is the product I have, which is this one, and it gets a 2, and I'll see you next time.